Visionomicon.
Sights from beyond.
Kvlture Kvlt.
TBK was formed in 2005. We all knew each other from the scene because we were all playing in different bands at that point of time. I was in Kaliuga, John was in Narashima. John, Arul, and Jean were in Narashima. Our first gig was at Substation with Balium and a few other bands which I can't remember. Balium, Fenrir, and others. Like it was a long time ago, and that gig I couldn't really remember much because I was fucking drunk at that point of time. So yeah, that was barely something which I can remember. After that lineup changed because Anish, the guitarist, had to was migrating to Australia, so he left, and Damien from Balium took over. So then at that point of time, 2005, we started writing our first album, which was called Just Another Lamb. That album was a very death metal album lah. It wasn't the kind of music which we are playing at the moment. So yeah, it was we did that. Then after that, we had a few lineup changes and all that because Gene. Okay, there was one period of time. John left the band because he had to concentrate on Rudra and his family stuff, and then Arul also had to leave and all that because it was difficult for him because he was based in Malaysia. Then Joshua took over for bass. He was our producer. He also recorded all our stuff for the first album, so he pretty much knows knows TBK from day one. We also so then when Josh took over, the music genre, our style all changed quite a bit because at that point of time I was quite heavily influenced by Napalm Death smear campaign and all. So that was like a kind of a pivotal album, and I wanted to go into that direction, more of a very grindcore, fast-paced kind of style, and I think it suited us very well. Josh writes all the music for our band. He writes everything, all the music. I write all the lyrics. Most of the time, what we do is he comes up with a song. He'll pass it to us, and then after that, then we will jam it out, and then maybe we will work out, maybe change a bit here and there, or keep it as it is. Gene will play drums, and then he will figure out what he will add in his bits and pieces as well. So yeah, that's basically how we jam and we write our songs. From 2005, then after that we had a few changes in guitars. Most of the time it was the guitars lah. After Damien left, and then we had quite a few actually. We had Leon, we had even quite a kind of at this point in time, Mac, we had Leon, we had Mac, we had Brandon from Witch Seeker as well. And then at that point in time, Gene also had to leave because he was on maternity leave lah. Because his child was just gave birth, and also he took a break. And then Vijesh from Wormbrock took over for a while. And then after that, Gene came back. Damien left the band, and then who else came in? Actually, at this point, I can't remember the number of guitar. Like I think Brandon. I think after Brandon, then Damien came back. Damien left. Then it was Vinod. Yeah. No, John came back. John came back because his kids were all grown up and stuff, and then he was okay lah. So it was easier for him to jam and stuff. So and he came back, and then we also got Vinod from Mucus Mortuary and Axis Mundi. He's the youngest of us all lah. That poor guy has to work with this old bunch of old fuckers. So yeah, that was good, and that's the current lineup for TBK. Yep, we've been doing this for 15 years now. 15 years and still going strong. We're supposed to release our third album this year. We were all pretty much 80% done, but then I still have a few more songs which I need to record my vocals, and so after the lockdown, perhaps we finish that up, and then hopefully we might try and release the album by end of this year, if not early next year lah. So that pretty much is the metal and the formation of TBK. It all started with alcohol, and it will always end with alcohol, I guess. Yeah, it's always been about beer. We all were all drinking together, decided to form, jam. We decided to have a few drinks, went for one jamming session, liked what we did, and we carried on from that lah. And yep, beer has always been an integral part of Tribunal. My musical influences, I have quite a few from young. My first one was, of course, Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses. At that point in time, it was at the Appetite of Destruction era. So that's when I first discovered rock and metal music lah. So he was a kind of integral part of me being a vocalist, because I always paid attention to lyrics and movement style on stage, and everything was very important. So yeah, Axl Rose did play a very big part in my vocals, being a vocalist. Another one was Kurt Cobain, because I at that point in time I wanted to try and play the guitar, but I couldn't because I suck at it. But I've always liked his lyrics. It's got a pretty deep lyrical writing and all that. So that was another big influence of mine. Another one was Glenn Danzig, before he started singing Elvis songs and shit like that. He was a big influence as well. I've always liked his showmanship on stage. The whole alpha male kind of being on stage and commanding the presence and everything. That was very big for me as well. But one of the biggest influence, of course, was Barney Greenway from Napalm Death. First time I watched him live was in 2001, 1st of April in Malaysia, KL. The first time I watched him live, and then I was like, this is who I want to be on. This is who I want to be like on stage. Go fucking nuts, go crazy, have fun, be fucking energetic as possible. So that was how I wanted TBK to be live as well. Full of energy, non-stop. Just fucking give all out, go all out. Whether it's 2 or 3 people in front, or 30 or 40 or 100 or as many people are in front, we will always give 101%. So yeah, that was one of my biggest influences, Barney Greenway. After watching him, I changed my vocal on stage performance. I pretty much changed it to that, made it very, very in your face. I love interacting with the crowd, going right in their face and having a good time. So these are my influences, my musical influence. I have a few here and there, but on the top of my mind, these are the guys I've always look forward to. I'm a big fan of. Kvlture Play Game is a gaming site which me and a bunch of metalheads are together, and we do a lot of covering of games. We do game reviews. We write any latest information on any games and stuff. But we all do it with a Singaporean twist, And most of my gaming videos, I think if you guys have watched, it's as Singlish as fuck lah. There's no prim and proper shit. And of course there's vulgarity as well, because that's how a gamer reacts truly when he or she is playing the game, because I don't expect to. When I play my game, I'm very in it, and I will get angry and I will start swearing, or when I get scared I will start swearing. Actually, fuck lah. Even if I'm happy also, I'll start swearing also. So yeah, so that is basically how what Chill Play Game is all about. A gaming website, a Singaporean gaming website with a Singlish twist. I've got Fias from Asylum, and Zion from Eli Mauser, doing Chill Play Game with me. Of course, I have Ellie from Elephant, and Sean from Gamer Braves and Wanoshi. These are the top dogs lah. And of course, last but not least, Justin, who used to play guitars for Fenrir and Balium. So, and my guest appearance, special co-star, of course, is Sanjay, another metalhead as well. And these guys are the ones who is what Chill Play Game all about lah. Yep, that is basically what Chill Play Game is. We like to play games, we are metalheads, and we are fucking nerds. I would like everyone to stay safe. Hope everyone is well. I'm sorely missing the metal scene. It's been so long since we all went to gigs, partied, played, met each other and talk and stuff. So I hope every one of our Singaporean metal scene is safe and doing well. We hopefully will meet again. I don't know whether is it going to be by this year or not, but I hope so lah. You know, and stay safe, everyone. Stay home, drink beer if you can. If not, just stay the fuck home. And take care, my friends. Take care. That being said, thank you, Arif from Iron Fist, for interviewing me. Of course, thanks for that. Big shout out to you and Iron Fist. Glad you guys are back, motherfuckers. It's been a while. And yep. So this is Subash from Truth Be Known, and you are watching Visionomicon.
Visionomicon.
Sights from beyond.